you are looking live at Gwanghwamun Square in Seoul, South Korea. Little over an hour to the New Year in Seoul. We want to welcome you to CNN's special coverage of New Year's Eve Live. And this is the view from Victoria Harbor here in Hong Kong. I'm Kristie Lu Stout, coming to you live from Harbor City. And all day long and all night long, CNN is taking you around the world as we celebrate 2024 with you in style until everyone everywhere rings in the new year. Now, it is already the new year in Sydney, and we brought you the breathtaking display over Sydney Harbor live in the last hour. And 1 hour from now, they're going to be hitting midnight in Tokyo, and you will see all the festivities right here on CNN. Now, do stay with us over the coming hours as we get set to party like it's 2024 across Asia and beyond until the ball drops in New York City. Let's get straight over to Tokyo, which is saying goodbye to its final hours of 2023. And CNN's Hanako Montgomery is there. Hanako, we have an hour left in Tokyo before it's 2024. You are at Sensoji Temple. Set the scene for us.
Hi, Kristie. It's so good to be here. So we have just come from a beautiful lantern release hosted by the Tokyo Metropolitan Government, where people wrote down their New Year's resolutions and their hopes and aspirations for the new year and released them up into the sky. It was a beautiful display. And sort of keeping up with this good spiritual energy, we are now here at Sensoji Temple. It is one of the most famous temples across all of Japan. Each New Year's Eve, tens of thousands of people come here to ring in the new year. And once here, there's very many different ways to celebrate. We, of course, have the 108 temple bells where monks ring this New Year's bell called Joya no Kane 108 times, once for each of the 108 human vices that we are said to experience, right? And then we, of course, have omikuji, where we pull bits of paper and fortunes are written on it, and that really sets the tone and the scene for 2024. And then, of course, people come here and pray and say thank you to their local gods for the year that they had. And also looking ahead into 2024, they, of course, make all sorts of different wishes, Kristie.
This is a celebration there, Sensoji Temple, that is so steeped in tradition. And I was wondering if you'd tell us more about what you witnessed earlier today, that breathtaking lantern release. What did it look like? What did it feel like?
Yeah, I mean, it started with a lantern release, of course, right, where people were writing down their New Year's wishes of hope, of good health, of academic success if they were a student or, you know, a young child, and then they released them up into the sky. And then we also, of course, had a beautiful and hilarious live performance from Pikataro, right, who is a famous singer here in Japan. He's known for his Pen, Pineapple, Apple Pen song. Some of you might have heard it. And he made a special version just for New Year's Eve. Very, very catchy. I myself was dancing in the corner. And then we, of course, also had the Sanrio characters, these huge, giant, fluffy characters dancing around on stage, and really just so much fun and a lot of festivities to ring in the new year, Kristie.
We know the Pineapple Pen guy for sure, and of course the beloved Sanrio cast of characters. And when it strikes midnight there, what should we expect? What will happen then, Hanako?
Yeah, so on New Year's Day, we have a lot of traditions, one of which is actually eating from this great little bento box called a jubako. It's stacked here, right, to symbolize stacked luck, lots of layers of luck. And our wonderful producer, Emmy, actually, star producer, she made this bento box for us. I want to give you just a sneak peek. I'm not going to show you all of it just yet, but a sneak peek of what we have here. This is just the first layer. I mean, just amazing work, Emmy. I'm so excited to get into this, to eat this on live TV with you, Kristie. And each food here in this bento box actually has a significance. It has a special meaning: longevity, good health, scholarly achievements. And this bento box, it has 3 layers. So really just 3 layers of hard work from our wonderful producer, Emmy. And again, just so many fun ways to celebrate the New Year here in Japan. It's such a significant and important holiday for many people in the country. You know, we don't have Thanksgiving, not many of us celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah, for instance. So New Year's is really when people get to celebrate with their friends and their family and just look back on the wonderful year that they had, and also looking forward into the new year.
Wow, Hanako, beautiful sentiment all around. And that was the most gorgeous bento box I've ever seen, assembled by our dear Emmy, a producer based there in Tokyo. Best to you and the crew. And after it turns midnight, you're going to have to open up that beautiful bento box once again and share the goodies. Hanako Montgomery joining us live from Tokyo. Thank you so much. We'll talk again soon. Now, Seoul in South Korea is also in the final stretch of its New Year's Eve countdown. And we got CNN's Mark Stewart. He's there. He joins us now live. Mark, excitement is building up where you are. We've been feeling the energy there all evening. Tell us more about how people there are getting ready for 2024.
Hi there, Kristie. Happy New Year. Annyeonghaseyo. Good evening from Seoul. The excitement is building. We have been hearing traditional Korean music. We've been hearing K-pop, but the real star of the night is going to be right behind me. Take a look at this giant sphere. When the clock strikes midnight, we will see this sphere light up. It weighs more than 2 tons. It will turn into the midnight sun. It will illuminate a glow, warm light that will shed into the new year. That's the big highlight here, not too far away from me at the Lotte Tower, a giant light show, an iconic light show. This is the 5th tallest building in the world, 555 meters. It has 42,000 individual pieces of glass, so it certainly will be majestic. But we also have to show you this crowd. Take a look here. Annyeonghaseyo, Happy New Year, everyone. People have been glued to their cell phones. They're taking selfies. It is just an electric atmosphere here. You know, Seoul is often known as the most wired city in the world. But Kristie, I'm not talking about the internet. I'm talking about the energy of this crowd.
Oh, the energy. We could feel it all the way out here in Hong Kong. Wow, the crowds, the throngs of partiers, the K-pop music in the background, the lasers and the lights. It's quite the scene. Now, in contrast, is there also a more traditional way that folks there in Seoul and across South Korea are bringing in the new year?
Absolutely, Kristie. This is a city that blends old traditions with new ones, and we are seeing a more traditional ceremony just on the other side of where I am here. There is the traditional bell ringing. 33 bells will be tolled, happening just about 30 minutes ago. A real interesting group of people who are ringing the bell. Everyone from local heroes, including someone who helped perform CPR on someone in need. Also a lot of influencers. And the traditions will really continue throughout the night. Many families will gather tomorrow. I'm going to pause for just a moment. It's so loud. But also a lot of people will gather with their families, and they will have soup with rice, the rice cake, a traditional Korean celebration. So that's on the agenda, a traditional happening in the hours ahead.
The party there is happening in many different ways, and behind you, it is off the charts. Mark Stewart joining us live from Seoul. Thank you so much. We'll talk again soon. Now let's get straight over to Bangkok, which is still a few hours out from the start of 2024. And we got our Will Ripley standing by. Will, Bangkok, it is known for its nightlife. That includes tonight. How is the city getting ready for 2024?
Kristie, first of all, I cannot believe it's been 1 year since you and I were right here. Well, I was in
Yeah.
Taipei, you were in Hong Kong. We were talking about how much we love Bangkok, how much we love Thailand, and here I am. I don't know who I had to bribe to get this assignment, but I'm here in Bangkok in front of one of the most spectacular places to be in Bangkok on New Year's Eve, Wat Arun, that temple behind me, the Temple of Dawn. It is absolutely gorgeous. We're along the river. I'm actually surrounded by temples. I'm feeling zen, and I've got a very special guest for us this evening. The governor of the Tourism Authority of Thailand, Tapani, is here, looking absolutely spectacular. Oh my goodness.
Very much. Thank you very
So
much.
thank you for inviting us here. We're so thrilled. Why is the Temple of Dawn, would you think, the perfect place to ring in the new year?
You see, this is very spectacular, and Temple of Dawn is one of the highlight and iconic icons for Thai tourism industry. And we have a gigantic work. It's not only for the Temple of Dawn, but along the Chao Phraya River, Icon Siam, and also the city, the central world. They have a lot of fireworks, gigantic, and Thai people would like to say hi to the world and let the world to join together. The perfect time, meaningful together, meaningful travel experience together, like you and me.
Oh my gosh, Tapani, I was walking through the streets earlier, and in 5 minutes, I think I heard 5 or 6 different languages spoken. The world is really here in Bangkok tonight.
A lot of tourists around the world coming to Thailand to celebrate together. Let's count down together.
Tapani, thank you so much. The governor of the Tourism Authority of Thailand. Very busy. They're very busy here in Bangkok, Kristie. I mean, the streets are full. The traffic is jammed up, but you can take a motorcycle taxi. You can take a tuk-tuk. You can walk. And
take
you can
boat?
You can take a boat. Yeah, there's boats along the river. They're going to actually fire the fireworks up from the river. They're going to be basically surrounding us over here and across the way. Now, what's the name of that temple? Because that temple is where Thai massage originated, and I need to get over there after this live hit. Wat Po. And we could hear the meditation. The monks were meditating as well.
The original Thai massage is there.
Yes.
Wat Po. You have to try on it.
What is this? What is the secret to a good Thai massage? I'm going to get one every day while I'm here.
You know, from noon till I think it's maybe every time that you need, you can go.
And a Thai massage means very firm pressure, right?
Yeah, very firm pressure, and Thai massage is one of the best massage in the world.
Oh.
I would recommend you to join, and you will never forget it.
Thai massage. I'm going on a street food tour in a tuk-tuk.
Street food, tuk-tuk tour.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Shopping paradise and here.
That's right. But before we get to all of it, it's going to be the fireworks display, Kristie, and that is happening here tonight in less than 2 hours. Can't wait.
Yeah, first the fireworks, but then the food, the shopping, the massage. And of course meeting more of the beautiful people of Thailand. But all on the to-do list. Will Ripley, thank you so much. We'll talk again very soon. That was CNN's Will Ripley joining us live from Bangkok. Now, we got to get back to another friend of the region. We got to go to Angus Watson, who joins us live in Sydney, where the new year has already begun. And Angus, it was quite the moment. Happy New Year's. It's already 2024. Could you describe the moment when it happened, when the clock struck midnight?
Happy New Year, Kristie. It's so good to be with you, my friend. The anticipation just before midnight is so high. The expectation is sky high, and the fireworks are even higher, exploding over the harbour in what was a magnificent show here in Sydney. You know, people here in Sydney are extremely proud of the fact that as one of the first major cities to strike midnight, we put on a show beamed across the world. 500 million people estimated to tune in to watch Sydney ring in the new year in style, and the weather held off perfectly. It was grey all day, and now it's just starting to rain here where we are, Kristie. So the weather played ball. It's meant to be summer here. It's meant to be the middle of holidays, but we got the rain timed pretty perfectly, really. I'm getting wet out here now.
I'm sorry to hear that. Please stay dry, but you know what? The fireworks were spectacular. Nothing was dampened. That was fantastic. Even earlier in the evening from where you are in Lunar Park, you saw all the celebrations in the run-up. You know, you saw the festivals, the lighting displays. What was the party like there in Sydney?
It's just so fantastic to be here at Lunar Park, Kristie. This is a historic monument in its own right, an 88-year-old Art Deco amusement park here in Sydney that's really part of the fabric of the city. It's really a destination in itself, and it's where thousands of people came today for that view that you see behind me of the Opera House, of the Sydney Harbour Bridge. And the Opera House itself, it's a really special year for that wonderful institution. 50 years old, opened in 1973 by Queen Elizabeth II. Since then, the house has helped to evolve Australian culture. It's the home of ballet, Shakespearean actors. It's the home of the Sydney Orchestra, and it's even the home of rock and roll here in Sydney, Kristie.
A stunning harbour city celebrating a brand new year. It's already 2024. Happy New Year, Angus Watson joining us live from Sydney, and take care.
Happy
now,
New Year,
in case
Kristie.
you're still looking, Happy New Year. And if you're looking for, because it is that time of the year, a New Year's resolution, Perhaps you want to consider a pledge to protect the planet and your health, and a pledge that can also be delicious. I want you to take a look at our recent trip from the farm to the table right here in Hong Kong.
He's flexed his culinary skills to global audiences on Netflix and earned coveted Michelin stars in London and Hong Kong. But in 2024, Australian chef Shane Osborne has his eyes on a different prize: to champion locally grown, plant-based dishes in Hong Kong, a city that imports 90% of its food. Many of his local ingredients come from here, a local farm in Hong Kong's New Territories.
Well, it's about going around and getting your hands dirty. It's picking, smelling, rubbing leaves, and just having a look at what's going. We've got Thai basil here, especially when they're starting to flower. So if you just taste the flowers, they're quite sweet.
Oh, that's surprising, yeah.
And sweetness to it. So
oh, that's really nice.
These kind of things just are so delicious and fresh, and you know, it's about eating the rainbow. We need to eat more plants.
Half an hour away from the dense city center, we're picking fresh, organic vegetables.
Delicious.
Yeah, beautiful color too.
Yeah.
Baby kale and coriander. A variety of herbs like Cuban oregano.
There we go.
And radishes freshly harvested from the soil. From farm to table, we bring our ingredients into the kitchen of Arcane, Osborne's award-winning restaurant in the heart of the city. The art of fine cuisine is on full display. Practiced technique, a balance of flavors, and precision on the plate.
There you go.
Fresh from the farm in Hong Kong.
15 different plants. All on a
15
plate.
different plants.
15, yeah.
That diversity on this plate. I see the marigold. I see the Chinese chives. I see the baby kale. I see the pumpkin. I see all our friends. It's fresh, it's local, it's plant-based, it's environmentally friendly, and it's scrumptious. This is.
And every single mouthful will have a slightly different flavor because we've got oregano in there, we've got the ginger dressing, the baby rocket leaves, the kale leaves.
A savory starter for the start of a new year, and to a more planet-friendly diet. To your health.
And to your health as well.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And joining us once again is acclaimed chef based here in Hong Kong, Shane Osborne. Shane, that was such a beautiful dish that you served to me earlier.
I'm so happy to give you a lamington for the first time.
No, but I'm talking about the warm pumpkin salad.
Ah, the pumpkin salad, right?
Of course,
yeah,
with the 15 different vegetables that were farmed just 30 minutes from here in the New Territories.
And what a joy to be able to go and pick those vegetables.
Yeah.
And then literally an hour later.
Farm to table here in the city, but we need a
doesn't
dessert
get
to
better.
follow up with that.
Okay, so we're going to France. A classic mille-feuille dessert. Who doesn't like strawberries and cream? But what we've done with this dish is we've made it plant-based. So plant-based puff pastry. We've done coconut chantilly with chamomile, and then these strawberries were picked by a friend of ours, Chun Ling, who has a farm called Farmhouse Productions. And the way she produces her produce is organically and regeneratively. And this is the future of farming.
This is fantastic.
And you can taste the difference in these strawberries.
Oh, the strawberries are so sweet, and they were farmed here in Hong Kong. So
And only picked yesterday.
And they were just picked. It's local.
It's local.
Because of the cream is made from.
It's from Filipino coconuts.
That's fantastic. So it's local, it's regional, but it's also plant-based, and this is absolutely fabulous.
It is,
Wow.
it's delicious.
I love this.
This is a dish that's on our menu at Moxie at the moment.
I love this. Okay, what was your most memorable dish in 2023?
Well, my most memorable meal was probably one that we had in Guangzhou because it was so surprising. We were up doing an event in Guangzhou and we found a plant-based local Chinese restaurant. And
cool.
I took my staff there and we had 9 courses of plant-based food, and it was just the most cleanest, delicious, surprising meal of the year. And it was a game changer for me.
Oh, that's wonderful. And playlists are really big at all your restaurants.
Music is very important to me.
You are a music nerd.
Yes,
so what
I
was
am.
your song of the year?
I don't have a song, I have a band. So there's an Irish band called Fontaines DC. My wife's Irish, so allegiance to the Irish flag. And they've come out with an album called Skinty Fear. And the music is so unique, and I just love it. So
I'm going to have to look out for that.
please do.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to toss a break so I can continue to eat this confection that's right in front of me. But keep it here because the party continues with the countdown going on in Seoul, in Tokyo. Continue to party with us here at CNN. I'll see you on the other side of the break.
My hopes for 2024 is to laugh more. I hope it is a year that is healthier, happier, and filled with new dreams. 2023 was a year when my dreams came true. I was able to work on meaningful projects and receive prestigious awards. Wishing you good tidings. Happy New Year!
Hello, my name is Millie. I'm an artist from Thailand. And 2024, what I am looking forward is graduation. Because after I graduate, I can work every day like whatever I want. I can fly to other country. I can meet all of my fans like face to face. So see you in 2024.
One of the world's most iconic New Year's celebrations, as 2024 is marked with spectacular fireworks launched from the Sydney Harbour Bridge, the Sydney Opera House, and other landmarks, all synchronized with music. And similar scenes in New Zealand, which hours earlier welcomed the new year with a dazzling display of light and sound. And New Zealanders among the first in the world to celebrate the arrival of 2024. Now, the fireworks show, it happened from Auckland's Harbour Bridge, and its 328-meter high Sky Tower. Now, CNN is taking you all around the world as we ring in 2024, and a little bit more than 90 minutes from now, Hong Kong, all across mainland China, Taiwan will count down to the new year. And here in the region, our next guest needs no introduction. Jay Chou is one of Asia's best-known pop stars, and he is a man of many talents with a tendency to excel at whatever he puts his mind to. The king of Mandopop, Jay Chou, has sold over 30 million records worldwide. He's one of Asia's best-known singers who's also a brand ambassador, actor, director, even a magician with his own Netflix series. Chou is also a heavy hitter in the art world, collaborating with the auction house Christie's to showcase rising talent.
First of all, Happy New Year to everybody, to Kristie and to all the viewers. 20 years ago, I was a newcomer to this industry, so when I first debuted, I needed help from those older than me. I needed their support. I think that these talented young people hope to be seen by everybody. New artists are worth selecting from and recommending.
Jay, you are an influential curator. You are also a closely watched art collector, but you're a pop star. So how did you fine-tune your skills as a pop star to take on the world of art?
Because I'm also a director, a music video director. Sometimes I shoot whatever I want to shoot. I would have a high degree of autonomy. My company wouldn't bother me that much. So I thought because my mom is also an art teacher, I could put the things I learned before into my music videos. Because I learned classical music when I was young, I put classical and pop elements together. This contrast has now become the Chou style. So you would often see a combination of classic and modern things, like classical music culture being merged into hip-hop videos and so on. This is a kind of sound young people find fresh.
Let's talk about your 2023 Carnival World Tour, because that was a highlight for your fans, especially here in Hong Kong. Jay, do you have a most memorable moment during your world tour?
I know there's a lot of fans who couldn't buy tickets. I feel very sorry about that. I heard there were so many people outside. People were even on boats singing along when I was in Hong Kong. That was very special.
Looking back at 2023, was 2023 a big year for you?
2023 was very meaningful and very busy. The reality show I produced, Jay Style Trip, was finally released. My new single was also out. And there have also been international auctions and special exhibitions with Kristie's. I also became global ambassador for Dior. I think 2023 was a very multifaceted year for me.
And looking forward to 2024, what can your fans around the world expect from Jay Chou?
In 2024, actually, the plan is Sydney, Melbourne, and then London, Paris, and other places to hold a tour concert. In addition to the concert, I will continue to be a curator. I feel that the combination with art is indispensable.
Jay Chou, thank you so much for spending time with us here at CNN, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thank you, Kristie.
And that was King of Mandopop, Jay Chou. And Jay tells me that he is going to be ringing in the new year from the UK because he's never seen the fireworks before in London. And London will also be one of his stops for his big world tour in 2024. Now, we are counting down to the new year in Tokyo and in Seoul, and excitement is building with just about 30 minutes to go until 2024. We'll check in live to both cities next, so do stay with us. CNN's special coverage of New Year's celebrations around Asia and around the world. Also ahead, I'm going to be sitting down with the award-winning South Korean director Park Chan-wook, who reflects on his past triumphs and also what's ahead for 2024.
Hi, I'm Zhang Weili, and I would like to wish people with different backgrounds in the world to better understand each other and to build a shared future in the new year.
And welcome back to our special New Year's Eve Live, and CNN is taking you around the world as we bring in 2024. Now, Sydney, one of Australia's biggest cities, is already in full party mode, and in about 90 minutes from now, Shanghai and Hong Kong will join the celebration. Now, Tokyo, it's going to be your turn next in about half an hour from now, and that's also in Seoul. We'll wave farewell to 2023 and greet the new year. And that is where we find CNN correspondent Hanako Montgomery. And Hanako, we are inching ever closer to midnight where you are. Describe the mood.
You know, here at Sensoji, there is just so much excitement palpable, Kristie. Below me, there are literally thousands of people waiting to pay their respects at this amazing Sensoji temple. Just earlier, you know, we saw also hundreds of people putting together their New Year's resolutions and writing them on these beautiful lanterns at this festival hosted by the Tokyo Metropolitan Government. And you know, just across the country, I just know that there are hundreds and hundreds of people just so excited to ring in the new year. In Japan, we don't really celebrate Thanksgiving. We don't really, not many people celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or many of the other holidays. But New Year's is this really special time where families can get together just around, you know, the same table, eat delicious food, look back on the year they've had, and also look forward to 2024, Kristie.
All right, and when the clock strikes midnight, you're going to be celebrating with food in mind, Hanako. So tell us about the goodies that you have to share with us.
We have so many goodies, Kristie. There's a lot of symbolism in Japan associated with New Year's and food. Just earlier, I think I showed you this multi-layered jubako, this bento box that our wonderful producer Emmy put together, and just in this box there's so many layers of amazing food with lots of symbolism attached to it, but also just before midnight we have another very special dish associated with soba noodles, and soba noodles symbolize longevity, and I will be slurping those as well to welcome in the new year, Kristie.
I always welcome celebrating the new year with more food, so bring it on. I'll see you soon. Hanako Montgomery, joining us live from Tokyo. Thank you and take care. Now let's bring in CNN's Mark Stewart, who joins us once again from Seoul, South Korea. And Mark, describe the scene, the raucous scene there in Seoul.
Hi again, Kristie. Look, the music that was playing last time we talked is still very much alive today. I have to tell you, this show, this party here in the center of Seoul is over the top. You know, I first came to Seoul in 2008. I was blown away. And now, all of these years later, this city is just still as vibrant. All of this music you hear is for a giant parade that is slowly making its way here to the city center of Seoul. And again, we are looking forward to the clock striking midnight, because when that happens, this giant sphere behind me, which is being called the Midnight Sun, will illuminate. It's 2.5 tons. If I do the math correct, that's like 5,000 pounds. It will illuminate. It will provide sunlight, beams of hope, beams of good wishes for 2024. And that's not the only show. Of course, the Lotte Tower, known for its iconic light show, will also illuminate at midnight. We will see fireworks, we will see a light show, we will see music. This is a building with 42,000 individual windows, so as you can imagine, the reflection will be tremendous. Kristie, for anyone in an airplane flying over, Seoul has got to be a beautiful sight to see right now.
You know, it already is a beautiful sight to see, and we're less than half an hour away from midnight. You got the lasers, you got the crowds there, you got the revelers. And Mark, you've been speaking with some of the revelers there in Seoul. What are they telling you about the year and how they're celebrating right now?
Well, I think we're hearing lots of hopes for good health and good wishes, of course. But if we think back to last year, this is a city, like much of Asia, that was trying to figure out its route post-COVID. This was a year to try things out, and this is the year now that people, again, want to live fully. I should point out, this is the first time the city has had a celebration here in the city center. It is put on by the city. They have had influencers spread the message around the world. Seoul wants to establish itself as a place for festivals, a place for people to gather, not only from Korea, but from around the world. We have seen people from the States, we have seen people from Europe, but also people from all parts of Korea, and that is all adding to the excitement here.
That is incredible. It's great to hear not just people across the country, but across the world gathering and ready to party there in Seoul, South Korea. Mark Stewart reporting live for us. Thank you so much, Mark, and take care. Now, our next guest is really a legend in the world of cinema. The award-winning South Korean director Park Chan-wook has crafted films slick with beauty and bloodlust. Films like The Handmaiden, like Lady Vengeance, and Old Boy, which just marked its 20th anniversary this year. And 2024 is going to be a very big year for Park. I recently sat down with him to talk about his upcoming projects with Netflix and HBO, but first, I asked him to reflect on Old Boy, a film that has achieved legendary status 20 years on.
그 영화가 처음 나왔을 때 관객들
When Old Boy was first released, the audience was shocked by the film. But I don't think the power of that movie is the novelty. Instead, I think the power of that movie is its classical character and universality. Vengeance and the issue of incest exist in all old stories, myths, legends, and folktales of humans in every culture.
2024 will see the release of The Sympathizer on HBO. This is based on the Pulitzer Prize-winning novel about a half-Vietnamese, half-French communist spy who flees to the United States after the Vietnam War. What drew you to this project?
한국이 베트남 전쟁에
Americans may not know well, but the fact that South Korea participated in the Vietnam War is a very significant event for Koreans. So there is empathy. And secondly, a country divided into two, suffering a severe ideological crisis such as socialism and capitalism, and going through war, civil war, killing each other. South Korea has been through such tragedy as well. So this didn't feel like someone else's story to me as a Korean.
2024 will also see the release of War and Revolt on Netflix. You co-write it, you co-produce it. This will be your first collaboration with Netflix. So How's it going?
잘 찍었고 촬영을 얼마 전에 마쳤고 지금 한창 편집 중이고요.
We finished shooting recently, and it is being edited now. Also, about work process, Netflix supported the director's vision without huge interference in terms of creativity, so it was a good experience. This is a historical and a war movie, so it required a huge budget. Compared to the other films I've directed, this is the most expensive one.
In 2022, you won Best Director at the Cannes Film Festival for Decision to Leave. It's a film that begins like a thriller, but is ultimately a romance. Was that always your intention, that you wanted to make a love story?
예, 제 영화들이
Yes, people laugh when I say that my movies have always been about romance, but I'm not joking. If you think about it, my films have always dealt with love. And so is Decision to Leave. It is an investigative drama and a romance movie at the same time, and they both impact each other.
Your work has helped introduce Korean cinema to the entire world, and there is phenomenal interest in Korean filmmaking. Why do you think that is, and what impact has that interest had on you and your work?
저보다는 봉준호와 오징어 게임의 황동혁 감독의
I think Bong Joon-ho and the Squid Game director, Hwang Dong-hyuk, played much bigger roles than myself. I think that rather than trying to show something to foreign viewers through movies and TV series, we're trying to ponder what it is about universal human emotions and the situations humans in modern society are in. I think that is what arouses sympathy from people and viewers around the world.
And that was legendary South Korean director speaking to me earlier. And I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted because the crowds are really growing here in Hong Kong. People here are getting ready to party. They're excited for the fireworks display. They've been gathering here. They're excited for CNN being here too. Are you ready for 2024? Yeah! Are you ready to party like it's 2024? Yeah! Are you ready for the big fireworks display? Yeah! This crowd is ready to party. We're going to talk to a few of the revelers here after the break, but keep it here for more CNN. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Pico Taro. In 2024, I'm looking forward to collaborate with many artists around the world. If you are an artist watching this one and want to with Pico Taro, let's make music together. I will sing more and more to make everyone around the globe happy. Let's smile together.
We are just minutes away from the new year in Tokyo and Seoul, and CNN, of course, is on the ground in both to bring you the energy and the festivities as those cities ring in 2024 in style. Now, let's go straight to our reporters. First up, Hanako Montgomery. Hanako, there in Tokyo, you've got a bowl of soba noodles ready to ring in the new year.
Yes, I do, Kristie. I am so excited to be eating this right now. So soba noodles in Japan, they're usually eaten before midnight. The long noodles symbolize longevity, and they're, of course, very easy to break off, so it means breaking away from the misfortunes of the previous year. Cheers.
Cheers, Hanako. I got a bowl of hot soba noodles here in Hong Kong as well to
Delicious.
slurp our way into the new year. Lucky and delicious. This is wonderful. Mark, in Seoul, you're just 10 minutes away. Excitement must be building there.
Kristie, I don't feel like I'm on the streets of Seoul. I feel like I'm at a theme park. The music and the lights just over the top. Coming up after midnight, we're going to see this giant globe here light up. It's going to be the midnight sun. Also at the Lotte Tower, another spectacular light show. So many people are here, bundled up, layered up in the cold. You know, Kristie, the city of Seoul has a new motto that they are promoting around the world. Seoul, my soul. My soul feels the warmth, the electricity, and the lights of the city. We can't wait to see what happens at midnight.
Oh, amazing scenes there. And Will, in Bangkok, how's the party building up there?
You know, we are on a rooftop. There's a buffet. There's a free flow open bar, mocktails and cocktails. So whatever your flavor, you've got it here in Bangkok. There's a dinner cruise that just passed by on the Chao Phraya River behind me, and of course the iconic Temple of Dawn, which is a really spectacular and symbolic place to ring in the new year. People come to watch the sunrise, to watch the sunset. We're going to bring in the new year in front of just a magical place here in Bangkok, Kristie.
Bring in the new year with a cocktail in Bangkok or with some soba noodles in Tokyo, with a laser display in Seoul. We're feeling all the vibes across the region, especially here in Hong Kong. A big thank you to all of you. Hanako Montgomery, Mark Stewart, Will Ripley, thank you. Happy New Year. We'll be talking again soon with the countdown at the start of 2024. It's just minutes away for the capitals of South Korea and Japan. And do stay with us as we bring you the festivities, the big moments, live.